Did you know that you can earn $10,000 to $20,000 per month as a truck dispatcher? I know what you're thinking. You think this is bullshit and that I'm lying to you. But I'm not lying, and it's possible to earn $20,000 and even more per month, although it will take time and only some dispatchers will get there. Let me prove it to you by showing how a dispatcher earns and how you can get this ideal profit. There are two ways you can get paid as a truck dispatcher. The first one is you can be paid as a company dispatcher, so you're paid an average wage per hour. And the second one is you are paid as an independent dispatcher. So basically you work for yourself and you get a percentage from the driver's gross profit. Now let's see basically how much you would earn in the first 3 months in both scenarios. So as I mentioned, as a company dispatcher, you will get paid per hour, and the average wage you're getting paid per hour is about $19 per hour. That's what most companies will offer you as a beginner. In a month, we usually have 176 hours, so if we multiply $19 per hour with the 176 per month, we get a salary of about $3,344 per month, which is not bad. This is the usual salary in the United States for a low middle paid job. It's a pretty good option, right? If you look at vacancies online, on LinkedIn, on ZipRecruiter and other places, you will see an average salary of about $3,000 to $4,000. So I'll write that here. And now let's see basically how much you would get if you decided to work on your own as an independent dispatcher. The first thing that I want to mention is that it will be kind of harder, to be honest, to start working on yourself because first of all, you have no real experience, no connections from like brokers or shippers. You don't have actual practical training, and you will have to search for drivers for yourself on Facebook, on other social media platforms, which will make it harder for you to start working. But there are still possibilities for you to do that. You will learn pretty fast in practice if you have done a training before, which is why let's just see how much an average truck dispatcher actually earns if he works on himself. First, let's start with a percentage, because as I mentioned, you earn a percentage from the driver's gross profit, okay? As a beginner dispatcher, you will start earning about 3% from the driver's gross profit. Now, a driver will have a gross profit of about $30,000 per month. This is for one truck. So if you only worked with one truck, you would have 3% from the $30,000 your drivers get. Okay. Now, to see how much you will make for 1 month, let's calculate this. So you get 3% multiplying by 30K, and it's a total of $900 per one truck. This is a very low amount, right? But as a beginner dispatcher, you won't only work with one truck. As a beginner dispatcher, you will usually work with 3 trucks at least, because this usually takes you 2 or 3 hours, and it lets you basically learn more and have different situations. So if we consider that we are working with 3 trucks, we multiply $900 with 3, and we get a salary of $2,700 per month. So not bad, and compared to this, is not very far away, but still, as a company dispatcher, it's just a better start. You can see it from the earnings that you are getting more here, more possibilities here. Plus, you get training, experience, connections, everything that you need. As an independent dispatcher, it might be harder. So now that we are at the 3 to 6 months mark, you have some experience now, you have connections because you build connections with the brokers. So now you have to see some kind of improvement in your salary, right? Well, this is tricky basically, because as a company dispatcher, you might see an improvement of maybe $1 or $2, but this depends on your employer, so it can also stay the same. If your employer decides that he doesn't want to give you another $1 or $2 extra on the top of your salary, you're basically stuck with the salary that you had before. So basically here, there are some limitations. Now, if we look at the independent dispatcher, you'll be able to see that here you will have, because you have now more connections with brokers and shippers that can give you loads for your drivers, because you have real training, you can now get a better percentage than just 3% that we had. So we will start with about 4% if you start working independently after you switched from a company dispatcher to an independent dispatcher. So you now get 4% from $30,000 from the trucks that you are working with. And the other benefit is that now you don't work with just 3 trucks as you worked before. You now know how to do things faster, you know how to manage trucks easier, so you start working with 5 trucks, okay? 5 trucks, and they each bring in $30,000 as a gross profit. Let's now calculate and see how much you would make as an average, say, this independent dispatcher with 4%. So if we calculate 4% multiplied by $30K, you will be able to see that you can start making $1,200. Okay, that's already better than $900 that we had before. And if we multiply this $1,200 with 5 trucks, we now get earnings $6,000 per month. Definitely better than what we had before. So to compare, here you might get the same salary still, about $3,000, $4,000, while here you already have the possibility to get $6,000. So first, let's see basically what we will have after 6 months to see if we get close to $10,000 or not. So I am not erasing what you can see here, and there is a reason for that, because as a company dispatcher, you again are limited to what the employer decides. If they don't want to raise your salary, if they don't want to pay you more, because maybe they don't have resources to pay you more than what they did before and what they promised at the beginning, then your salary will stay the same. So if you didn't switch yet at the 3 months mark to an independent dispatcher, I suggest you switch now, because you will definitely have much bigger earnings and potential if you work for yourself. So let's see how much you will get paid here. But I have a remark first. 8 to 10% is a lie, it's bullshit, it's not real. Because no driver will accept, or owner-operator will accept to work with you if you ask 8 to 10%, especially now in the low market. So the full potential dispatcher will usually earn at least, let's say a maximum or at least 6%. So you now earn 6%. Also remember that we had 5 trucks until 6 months. Now that you know how to do everything better and we reached our full potential, you can now work with 7 to 9 trucks and still manage to do it within 8 hours. Let's choose 7 trucks. We now work with 7 trucks. Again, remember that each truck on average brings us about $30,000 per month. If we calculate 6% multiplied by 30K, we will get about $1,800 per month per 1 truck. Okay. So it's already much better than we had before. This is the full potential. Remember, maybe you can get 7%, but that's a really rare case. And now, how much will you make if you have 7 trucks to manage? So 1,800 multiplied by 7, it's equal to $10,500. So you can see it here. We promised $10,500, and this is how much you have here. It's $10,500. How do we get to 20 and more if we said that this is the full potential? How do we get more percentages or more trucks? Because we have no more time and no more driver will accept more than 6%. So how do we do that? So to get to $20,000 and more, you have to stop working alone. You don't need to stop at being an independent dispatcher. What you have to do is scale your business. And as I said, not a lot of dispatchers will get here, but how do you scale your business? You can hire dispatchers to work for you. You can teach hours and maybe add other services your company can provide, like safety and so on. As I said, not a lot of dispatchers will get here. Most of them will stop at their maximum potential, which is not bad. It's really good to earn $10,000 and more. But if you want more, just do what we did. Because this is exactly what we did. We built a company, we scaled it, and now we have an entire dispatcher department bringing in crazy and really unlimited profits. We have a safety department helping carriers improve and take care of their safety rating. And we have our own school, teaching people to do the same thing we did. We have a full dispatcher course that will give you mentors and practice and all the instruments needed for you to become a professional and develop your own business. If you're interested, check out the link in the description and start your journey as a truck dispatcher. But also don't limit yourself and start learning as much as possible now. You can start by watching this video about how you can open your own dispatch business and set your goals for the future. But also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to learn about trucking and dispatching every week.